Welcome back to the Spartan Investigations YouTube channel. My name is Preston Hawker. I'm a licensed private investigator, a personal protection specialist, and vice president of Spartan Investigations and executive protection. If you're a parent, this video could be the most important video that you watch all week. Why? Well, because while your child is laughing at videos, sending memes back and forth to each other,
"Ow, Charlie!
just watching movies or videos online, a predator could be watching. They could be messaging and building trust with your kid. And after they build that trust, what are they doing? They're just waiting for the perfect time to strike. Here's the thing. Victimization isn't happening in some dark alley. It's happening right on their phone, on the tablet that you gave them for their birthday. On today's episode, I'm exposing the most common apps that predators are using to gain access to children, not just any children, but to your children and to my children. In addition to that, I'm going to give you 5 practical steps that you can take right now to keep your family safe, or at least safer. Now, I know the things that I'm going to talk about in this video to be true because an extension of our for-profit company has a division where we perform counter-surveillance missions against would-be child predators. That means we go into the shadowy places online and find people who would love to victimize our babies and give them reason to look over their shoulder at night. I say all of this to say the tips in this video aren't coming from an uninformed source. It's coming from real life experiences. So grab a pen and some paper, get ready to take some notes. Let's jump into this. Now, let's start with apps. The apps I'm going to list here are platforms that predators are actively using to connect with, groom, and even exploit kids. And in some cases, the kids are completely unaware they're in any danger at all.
I'm in danger!"
First up, we've got Snapchat. This app is built on disappearing messages and videos. What's sent gets disappeared in seconds. And that's exactly what makes it appealing to predators. Combine that with what they call SnapMap, where users can share their live location.
Say what?
And it's an absolute recipe for danger and trouble. Next, we have Kik. It's K-I-K. This is a messaging app that allows people to chat anonymously. It's unregulated, it's wide open, and has been linked to multiple cases of child exploitation. If Kik is on your kid's phone, it's got to go. Then there's Discord. A lot of kids use Discord for gaming or connecting with friends, but it also has public and private servers, many of which are completely unmonitored. Predators join Discord, start conversations, and then quickly move them into private messages. And it doesn't take much to see why that would be problematic. The next app on this list is probably the most widely used app, and for that reason, it probably is flying under your radar. Coming in at number 4 is Instagram. You might think it's just selfies and stories, but the reason this is dangerous is predators use it to make fake profiles, and then they follow your kids, and then they end up sliding into their messages. They use flattery, friendships, and false identities to gain trust over time. We all know that AI is getting so much more sophisticated, and they're using AI to create these not only profiles, but also create conversations that lead to friendships, fake friendships, and ultimately victimization. Coming in at number 5, we've got Whisper. Whisper is known as an anonymous confession app. There's no names, no accountability, just strangers messaging strangers about personal things that are going on in their personal lives. And that should be a big red flag. Finally, this is kind of general. It's not one specific app, but finally I've got listed online games. Games like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. Never gonna let you down, never gonna run. Get out with me. They all seem harmless, but a lot of predators are using these types of games to build relationships through chats and friend requests, and then they move their conversations onto different platforms so they can get into a private chat with your child. And I know there's going to be some parents who watch this video and think that would never happen to my kid, which is precisely what most parents say until it does. And like I said before, I work with and lead teams that combat online predators, but sometimes we aren't executing proactive missions, we're performing reactive ones, meaning the child has been contacted, they've been groomed, and sometimes they've been victimized. This video exists so your child doesn't have to be in that last category. And I know you, mom, dad, you might be dreading having to have some tough conversations where you tell your kid that they can't be on a specific app anymore, or at the very least, you're going to have to turn on some certain protective measures, or you might have to turn off some of the specified things that they can do on that app. But from my experience, if your child is victimized, you'll wish you had the tough conversation that could have made all the difference in the world. Here's the bottom line, and the main point of this section of the video. If your kid is online, they're reachable. And if you don't know what apps they're using, you're running a race with your shoelaces tied together. Now let's talk about warning signs. Yellow flags, things that should cause you to scratch your head and investigate. See, red flags are glaring, they're unmistakable. Yellow flags, on the other hand, means something might be wrong. But just like in the security industry, if somebody is possibly guilty, it means they're possibly innocent. So we have to move forward with that appropriate pace. So what does it mean? It means you don't go in guns blazing.
Sorry, I freaked you guys out.
If you as a parent know something is off about your kid, investigate, ask good questions, snoop around a bit. Like I said, it might be nothing. It could be that your child is just going through a phase, but it also could be that somebody is grooming your kid. Somebody is exposing your child to something they should never be exposed to. And if that's the case, we as parents have an obligation to do something, to act. So what are some of these yellow flags? Well, one, if your child becomes secretive about their phone, that could be a yellow flag. They're not wanting you to touch it. They don't want you to get anywhere near it. They've changed their password so that you can't access what is on their phone. That's going to be a big yellow flag. If your child is suddenly emotional after being online, that could be a yellow flag. This next one is actually a really good one because you still have a conversation or a dialogue going on between you and your child, but it's going to be a yellow flag. See, if they start talking about a new friend that you've never met, or if they get really weirdly defensive about certain applications, that could be a yellow flag as well. If you see apps disappearing off of their phone out of nowhere, or this is a big one, if they start receiving gifts, money, or tech from somebody that you've never heard of, that's a massive yellow flag and potentially a red flag. Parents need to take those sorts of things extremely seriously. These are all warning signs that something deeper might be going on, and we have an obligation as parents to do some investigative work. So we're well into the 2020s, nearing 2030. And technology and the internet is going to be a part of our lives. Our kids are going to be online at some point. And even if we hold them off into their teenage years, they're going to be online. So what should we do? In this section, I'm going to give you 5 steps that you can take right now to protect your children while they're online. And I use the term children, but that doesn't just mean like elementary school. I'm talking elementary, middle school, high school. All of those kids are your kids. Just because they're growing up doesn't mean they cease to be our kids. So what do we want to do? First, don't just spy on your kids. Talk to them. Build trust. Let them know that your goal isn't to catch them doing something wrong. It's to protect them from somebody who is. Second, do a full app audit. Go through their phone. Look up every app. If it allows anonymous chats, disappearing messages, or unfiltered video access, it's not safe, and that one's got to go. Third, lock down their privacy settings. That means you're going to turn off location sharing. You're going to set profiles to private and limit who can message them or friend them. Most apps default to public, so you might need to go into the settings in order to change all of those. Fourth, use monitoring tools wisely. Apps like Bark, Canopy, or Custodio can alert you to suspicious messages or inappropriate content. They're not a replacement for parenting. They're just a tool to help support your parenting. Fifth, role play digital what ifs. This is what you're going to do. You're going to ask your child real what if questions. Like, what would you do if someone online asked for a picture of you? Or what would you do if someone said they were your age and they wanted to meet up? Practice those responses, but also help them understand the why, not just the what. What you do or what you say is important, but if they understand and buy into the why you do these things, why you say these things, your chances of successfully safeguarding your kids is going to grow exponentially. Here's the truth. Predators don't need to outsmart you. They just need you to stay unaware, uninvolved, or distracted. But when you stay informed, when you stay engaged in your kid's digital footprint, you shut the door on their access. You don't have to live in fear. You just need to be intentional. At Spartan Investigations, our mission is to give you real-world tools to help protect the people that you love. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload right here to help keep you and your family safe. If you have any questions about the video, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. And remember, safety doesn't happen by accident. It happens by action. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay aware. I'll see you in the next video.